Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Sint and I've played Last Epoch for a few hundred hours now and I've been itching to do a challenge run, so today we're going to find out, can you beat Last Epoch with only white items? First and foremost, we must pick our challenger. After some considering, I decided to go with the rogue in the hopes of relying on the decoy and being able to do damage with a ranged weapon early on. We spawn in and I begin to adjust my filter. God, that's depressing. We start clearing the first few enemies and find a very nice ruby amulet. We make our way to the burning forest where we meet Grail. Good thing too, cause he does far more damage than we do. With his help, we clear our way to the Keeper's camp and defeat our first boss. Speak to the vendor in town and we find ourselves some new upgrades. The forest gardens provide little threat and we move on to the fortress walls where we fight the first boss on our own. Not much to say here, nothing we can handle. I guess the game still expects you to have barely any stats on gear at this point, so everything goes smoothly. We clear our way to the storerooms and manage to escape a group of very angry soldiers. We'll not meet our first death just yet. Don't worry, it's happening sooner or later, I'm pretty sure. We make our way to the Keeper's vault where we find our target, Keeper Baltas. Baltas joins us in taking out Brightblade Polaris that ambushes us, and we make our way out fighting together through waves of enemies. Ah, sweet, sweet freedom. Nice to get some fresh air in our lungs, right Baltas? Baltas? Oh, come on, I just saved that! Hey, Lena? How attached are you to this keeper anyway? Fine, I'll go and save him. Again. We stop to do a side quest on the way and then make our way through the Osprex to rescue Baltras. Again. At the summit, we meet the boss of Act 1, Osphex Orion. Oh, so you are the one I heard so much about. After about a minute, Orion falls, not before nearly one-shotting me with an ability I never had the displeasure of seeing in my past characters. We release Baltras, go back to the camp, and buy ourselves some sweet upgrades. Hey, happy reunion, right? Baltas, what are you doing? Are you sure that's safe?
I'll finally be able to...
Oh, great. What for a shell is this then? Alright, chapter 2. How much void res do we have? Oh boy, this is gonna be a journey. With no physical or void res, this might actually be a bit more difficult than I anticipated. We fight our way through some drones and meet an elder that somehow is aware that we have the epoch and tells us to go and meet the council in Last Refuge. On the outskirts, we assist some civilians in evacuating and cull the population of void bats and grubs along the way. You know, I think we might actually be able to turn this place around. Some lamps here, maybe a karaoke night, some margaritas. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, we're leaving. We help Urza deal with the void penance and we finally arrive at the council chambers. I ponder on wasting my life savings gambling, but I remember to check the local store first, and what do you know? We actually get an upgrade to our main source of damage. We also unlock our first idol slot, and we get a non-useless idol. Things are looking up. Elder Gaspar here tells us we need to find Elder Panion, as he is an expert in epoch matters, so we make our way out to find him. On the way, we stop by Urza's library to pick up the ledge where he keeps tabs on everybody that owes him money. Look, I just did the quest, I don't really care about the moral implications, okay? Stop looking at me like that. Anyway, we find ourselves a friendly beetle that helps us make path to the study we need to reach, and here I realize my damage is way worse than I thought. Look here, the beetle is doing 120 damage per hit. I'm doing 35. Yep, this is gonna be an endeavor for sure, especially when we get to the higher chapters. We finally reach the study, and here we fight, not Painon, but rather his 3 apprentices, I think? I don't really know the lore for the most part, I gotta be honest. After dealing with that, we go back to the council chamber and explain to the elder that Panion wasn't there, but there are now 3 fresh corpses that somebody should really be dealing with. The council leader tells us not to mind that and sends us somewhere else looking for Panion. On the way there, we fight one of the giant purple worms that we've seen before in the background, now very much in the foreground. And with some usage of some well-timed shifts, we manage to take her down. Our reward, a trip to the past. Short trip though, as we quickly return to the depressing visage of the ruined era and arrive at the armory. Here we help some of the local guards deal with the invading forces and then have to deal with the local minerals that seem to be in uprising. Making sure I time my decoy with the breath attack that it does makes the fight very easy, and after that it is as simple as clearing the rebel on the way to the actual objective. Elder Painon. Unfortunately, we arrive a bit too late, and rather than helping him to safety, we are forced to fight him. The fight, for the most part, is fairly simple, given our ability to damage at range, and the bleed damage does good work on him, and after a few minutes, he goes down. This opens a rift that allows us to reach the end time, where we get immediately sassed by a Forgotten Knight. I mean, you've forgotten, how much attitude can you really have? Here, we also get to pick our mastery of choice, the Falconer. Yes, I know the Falconer is widely considered incredibly powerful right now, but come on, I'm doing this basically without gear, give me a break. We get sent back to the council chamber, where we explain to the local leader what happened, and he sends us out to find the last piece of the epoch. On the way out, we stop at the local store and buy ourselves a nice new bow, with increased damage over time as well for the journey, and we set off into the unknown. And the unknown is apparently filled with bugs, as we encounter nothing but oversized nests and flies that keep attacking us. Thankfully, our new friend can dish out some seriously good damage. Here, we nearly find our first death, as we have a very hard time keeping our face away from a very angry tree, but through the power of chugging potions, we manage to survive with just a sliver of health. And finally, reach the surface, where chapter 3 can begin. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to be notified when the next part comes out, that makes sense. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see y'all later. Bye bye.